Good evening, Toastmasters and guests.
Good evening.
I was standing in front of a huge wall and wondering how I managed to jump over this wall a day before. In fact, that day was an eventful day for me. I, along with my friends, was having a fun time in a nightclub. It was almost 2 o'clock at night or in the morning, 2 o'clock. During that time in Bombay, nightclubs were allowed to operate till 12 o'clock. We were obviously breaking the law. Suddenly, a group of policemen entered into the nightclub, started arresting people one by one. I was sitting very close to the bedroom. Somehow I managed to open the door and went out to see a huge wall in front of me. A lot of thoughts came to my mind. First thought was about the fame and reputation which I am going to get through the newspaper next day morning if I got arrested, which my parents would never appreciate, although it was fame and reputation. Second thought which came to my mind was the free food and accommodation I am going to get for 2 days, Saturday and Sunday, because the court will be on leave for Saturday, Sunday. I will produce before the court only on Monday. All these thoughts came to my mind, my adrenaline started rushing up. Before any further thought coming to my mind, I jumped over the wall onto the road and back safe to my home. My life has been like this throughout. All ups and bounces, jumps, falling, everything. I'll tell you, few months after this incident, a tragic event happened in my life. I lost my dad. He left behind a huge financial responsibility of his business, which he could not monitor properly due to his terminal illness. And a primary school teacher, Kamalakshi, my mom, and a college-going student, Shajee, my brother, looked at me for some act of kindness, and I did precisely that. I left the job which I was doing in Mumbai, in a multinational company. I was almost at the peak of my career. I left it and joined back to my family in Kerala. It took me long 7 years to keep things right. At the end of 7 years, I found my things are set right, but by that time, my mom had got retired from her profession as a school teacher. My brother got placed in a good company, Infosys, got married and got settled. Though my life was again sunny, I thought it's a time to make some money. I started off with my honey, Ajina, who was working in a postal department. She got transferred to Bangalore. I got a job in Bangalore. My son Vikya, he got admission in Bangalore. And last month, a lot of flowers bloomed into my life. I was blessed with a baby girl, Parvani. When I talk about my children, my childhood memories comes to my mind. I was a pretty ordinary student in my life. Pretty good in studies, but very poor in cricket or very poor in sports and very poor in maybe arts. I started off my experimentation with cricket first. Then I realized that much before the West Indians and the Australians found out the bodyline attack, my school children had found it and practiced it to also just to avoid getting retired hurt from life. I said no more cricket. Then I thought I would focus on something where I have some core competency. So people always used to say that you are very good in passing the buck. So there is some sport where I can use it. So that is football, where you have to pass the ball. So I did it exceedingly well, and a lot of people actually appreciated that. But unfortunately, all of them belong to my opponent team. My own team members, they came to me and told me, Shajee, you can become a very good footballer. But for that, first you learn how to run. So then I thought, finally I realized there is another sport called badminton where there is no such arms. And I could manage to do very well in this sport. In fact, I am the defending champion in my apartment. Today, when I look back to my life, I feel that a lot of things I could have done much better and much earlier, including the speech I am giving right now. And then I remember a big Chinese saying, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years back, and the second best time is now. Over to you, Toastmaster.